So in this new episode of Just Try It DIY, we're going to work on some living room floors. The old floors are about 60 years old. We're going to go ahead and sand them down. We're going to use a torch and get them a burnt look and put a clear coat over the top of them. We'll show you all the tools and everything used to do this, and let's get started. These are some of the tools and supplies we used. The sanders, of course, to get the corner. We'll talk about the edge sander and the large sander to use the bulk of the floor. After that, we use the torch to burn the floor to give it a little bit of a burnt look. And then, of course, the poly at the end with the brush to do the edges and the applicator to do the bulk of the floor. As we got started here, we went ahead and put some blue tape around the bottoms of the baseboards to kind of protect them from the first tool you're going to be using along the edges to kind of get that edge sanded back away, because the bigger machines don't get all the way close enough to the baseboards. So this first machine right here we used, rented at a local hardware store. We ended up putting an 80 grit. As you see, I'm already started on here. It's getting a little bit worn out. We're going to change it out. But start with 100 grit just because as you go through, this is a fairly aggressive machine and it goes very fast. So you want to start with something a little bit lighter as you go through. As you get a little bit more used to it, you can go up to a little bit heavier grit, but this is a good start here. So here's through these corners right through here, we got all these done. The machine should be able to get up to that close enough to those and be able to sand that out, and then we can proceed with burning the floors. See how dirty that area is. But as you can see, this area right through here is very worn out, dirty. So we're going to spend a little more time trying to sand this area out. A little dark down the hallway, but you can see how the lighter wood that I've already got stained looks pretty good. So let's go back up here, pan around here. We got this much of it sanded. I've probably spent about 40 minutes or so. We used 36 grit on the sander. But I kind of wanted to kind of show you around here a little bit, kind of jumping around, but there you go. We pan through and look at the area through there. So. So here we are, we're burning a little bit of the wood up now. Takes a little bit of practice. I don't think going back over and there's some little bit darker spots and lighter spots. Once it's all done, I don't think really gonna make too much difference over the grand scheme of this large floor. But it just takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of patience. And each board seems to burn a little differently. I have tried this with a larger torch, with like a weed burner torch, and it seems to be too much. It wants to burn big black spots, and so after some trial and error here, we went back to using this smaller torch here and getting a better result. Something we like anyway. So that's what it looks like. So after a long day of burning the wood here down a little bit, several hours,
got to give you an idea of what it looks like. We're going to be vacuuming everything up really good. Go ahead and try and get all the dust and everything off of it that we can. And then we're going to go ahead and start applying the poly. So here we are after the first coat of poly been applied. It has already been dry already. So this is a water-based polyurethane. So it does not take very long for it to dry. Looking good. Only a few more coats to go.
So after a few coats of poly, we got all finished with this, and it all turned out really great. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Comment, give me some comments and tell me what you think, and we'll see you next time.